Shibuki Joshi Meto Jam Rira Lingshi Linde Gembani Sangye Shindu Mikte Uargi Joku Nanda Shima Chuparsho Idam Gururat Mandala Kamya Tayami Chedan Soki Chonama Chanchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Daki Chinyen Gipe Sanamki Drola Penchir Sangye Druparsho Chedan Soki Chonama Chanchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Daki Chinyen Gipe Sanamki Drola Penchir Sangye Druparsho Chedan Soki Chonamla Chanchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Daki Chinyen Gipe Sanamki Drola Penchir Sangye Druparsho. All right then. So Word and I spent some time together yesterday, and we created, we went further into this mind-only database, okay? So I'll show you a little bit about it. We took out the Sumbum parts, and then we took out the Tengyur parts. Tengyur parts are easy because Tengyur is built that way. You know, you might be interested that there are so many volumes of Mind Only in the Tengyur when it wasn't a big subject in Tibet. We don't learn it in the monastery. That's partly why I'm having trouble with it. Everybody else's text I've been through with Rinpoche, but Mind Only I've only had a little bit in the Tongye stuff. So we don't study it as a separate subject. And I'm the one who found and reprinted the Mind Only text for Sirame. Nobody else did anything. So it starts, 4020 is the first one, Tohoku, and 4085, so there are 65 separate texts on Mind Only. And now, here you see, this is one volume, so they're not, some of them aren't very long. Like Vasubandhu's big text is 30 verses. But there is a tradition, 65 books in the Tengyur. So if we're looking up a weird expression that Jetsun Kappa is using, such as indescribable, yeah, indescribable mental seeds, Judamebe Bhakchat, which he doesn't explain. Nowhere does he explain it, okay? You know, did anybody in history use this language, okay? Then we can go to Sumbum. You guys, you finish it up and then we'll
just
go.
looking for the text.
I know. Which text you want?
The one that we're going to be working on?
Well, maybe we should send it to everybody. But I'm not sure we're going to be working on it yet.
Okay.
I'm not sure we're going to be working on it yet. Did everybody get it? But I'm not sure we're going to be working on it yet.
Of the one that we just got?
I'm not sure we're going to be working on it yet.
So maybe let's just hold on.
But we probably will. But let's finish this first. Okay. So we went and first we went to our own database of reference materials, and then we went through TBRC's reference materials. TBRC is harder to deal with because they don't organize things by subject. They should have us do it. But anyway, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we have 10 authors we found. 10 Tibetans who wrote about, most of them are writing about Jetsun Kappa's text, which is good. And then Daebu Monastery made this cool collection 5 or 6 books
Oh, cool.
on mind only.
That's just a scan.
Yeah, it's just a scan right now. And I think they used our database because they used a lot of our texts. So they just repeated stuff that that's like, I know what those teachers feel like when I was passing love notes. So some of them, most of them we already had, but there was 1 or 2 that we didn't have. So they went further. Somebody at Daebu Monastery was interested in, they also decided to put together a mini mind-only database because maybe they had trouble understanding some stuff. So anyway, there you go. Now, what I'd like to say is not all the authors are known to us, which means they could be mediocre. Just because they're in Tibetan, and even if they're Gelugpa, and even if they're from Sera or Daebu, it's possible that their commentary is not very good, or they don't know what they're talking about. So don't think that because something's in Sanskrit or Tibetan or ancient Chinese that it's correct. It could be sloppy thinking, it could be incorrect, it could be more simple commentary because the guy didn't know more than that. Okay, so but one and many of them are very short, which is a bad sign. Okay, a commentary on such a difficult subject, we would prefer if it was very fat. Okay, so that's one thing, and we're trying to distinguish between mastering the whole mind-only school and trying to translate this text, So we could go off and what we did with the Sankhya's, which I can say now. It was we finished his Sankhya section yesterday in the coffee shop. The part that I wanted to finish, we finished. We finished the part about the 25 tattvas. There's a slight additional part about what they think about causes and results existing at the same time. But I couldn't, and we did it in half an hour. But the only reason we could do that is we spent 2 days on learning Sankhya. Okay, then it was easy to translate. So, how deep do we have to go to translate this text? And how long will that take, So, but the advantage is, by the time you finish, you're an expert at Sankhya. You know everything that the Tibetans knew about Sankhya. Just an interesting point here. One of our authors is this person, who is Adam's author. Okay, who wrote Adam's text. So he wrote a small essay on Tsongkhapa's book. So that's going to be interesting. This is Ngawang Pelden, who wrote a famous book on Tantra, the whole structure of Tantra. He's a Mongolian. And we used it in the Tantric course, okay? There's a Kyutsang who's a popular lineage, like Pabonka lineage in my monastery. This is Pangung Losang Tuje, who wrote 2 books, 2 commentaries on Kunshi for Serame. He's not known that I know from much else. Gungtang is good. He's just dang good. He's Eastern Tibetan. I believe 1700s. And then these people I'm not that familiar with. But we found a short word commentary to Tsongkhapa's verses, which would be a decent place to start. So I do propose that we start there. And if you want to, which author is that? Chokdruk?
Chokdruk.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
At least they're all low songs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we cut out the other ones. Now I want you to appreciate what's going on in this. The small letters are commentary. The big letters are root text.
Wow.
Oh.
You see, Demba Soichir is part of Tsongkhapa's root text, and then he sprinkles in his comments between.
Wow.
So he even breaks single syllables. You see, okay. Like here's a very interesting example. He has added the word Nyun before Yid and Kunshi, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Which is
Yin-yin.
brilliant. You see,
Sign.
the book should have been called Nyunyi Dan Kunshi, Negative Consciousness and Foundation Consciousness. But unfortunately, Tsongkhapa called his book Consciousness and Foundation Consciousness. He didn't put the adjective on the first consciousness. He didn't call negative consciousness. He just called it consciousness. It came to be called consciousness and foundation consciousness. And only if you know he's talking about the two extra consciousnesses that the mind-only school says exist are Nyinyi and Kunshi. But he doesn't say Nyinyi. So this author, here's a nice example. He's in small letters, he has inserted something to help us, Nyin, okay? And looking at that insertion, I like it. Okay, okay. Now, we have a confession to make. I asked Word to tell you to put the big letters, to put the small letters in parentheses and the big letters not in parentheses, but you didn't get that message. And I didn't notice that we didn't send you that message. So I propose what we do is, the part of Jesam Kapa's text that we've had so far is easy to understand. It's not very challenging. And then suddenly it gets really nasty. Okay, so why don't we go through this commentary, which is short, because it doesn't explain. It's not a commentary, meaning it's not a dun dao, it's a tsing dao. It's just the comments on the words, but that would be of immense help to us if it's a good commentary. Okay, we looked him up. He's not new, which is a good sign. He's at least 200 years old or something, as I remember.
Is he in the Draven collection?
Well, the end of this book says this is part of very extreme text that I was worried we're going to get lost in the universe, so I have printed these. Yeah, it is, yeah. So let's go for it. And so we're going to be reviewing things that were not so difficult, and I don't think we'll get to the weird stuff today. But if this commentary has helped, by the way, there's one other good commentary, which is sort of a word commentary, and that's by Kyutsang, who's from Serome. He's a good author. So we've got basically those two. And we could go off on, we can go to three different places. I'm just giving you, this is what I would have done in the 6 months before the course if I had had time. If I couldn't read it, which I can't, okay? So I would have I would have tried to find another author who gives a word-by-word commentary. Then I would have glued together all the Tengyur texts I could find and put them in one place so I can search them for Judah Meikmi Bakcha. Unspeakable mental scenes, stuff like that. Let's just.
Yeah, let's search for that right now.
Yeah, let's do it. Damn, right now. I'll show you I'm not stupid. Okay, this is this weird thing that he used. Okay, he said undescribable. Okay. Sorry. Who is that? That's Kyutsang. Wow. Yeah, Kaneda described this, and he has it. This is Kyutsang again. Okay, this is a different input of Kyutsang. This is Tsongkhapa himself. It doesn't count, and that's it. Only one person in history took a shot at that expression.
Let's hope it's good.
Now 2.
Oh, well, let's see if it's in the Tengyur. No, it's not in the Tengyur. It skipped everything in the Tengyur.
Did we look? It's a
Yeah, because it's in our MO,
Oh, it's an MO, yeah.
right? I think so. We called it MO, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, there's not a single mention of it in the whole Tengyur, in 65 texts on mind only. Okay, there's only one mention of it so far that we found in Tibetan literature. Okay, only one person took a shot at it. Okay, so it's nasty stuff. So I said, oh, by the way, the other thing housekeeping thing, I call it housekeeping thing. We could go to a list of all the books in the Kangyur that are relevant.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
we talked about
all the
that.
sutras. I can take you there today if you want to go there. And it won't help much.
Did you check the kanji for Judime for the Bakcha? Just for
Well, no, because we'd have to glue it together.
Oh, because otherwise we'd be looking at the whole kanji?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the whole Kangyur.
There still might
I
be-
very much doubt it's there. You
Okay.
see, it sounds like an expression that was made up later. It smells like an expression that was made up.
An inexpressible expression that was expressed.
Yeah, it sounds like something you would find in a Tibetan text and not in the Kangyur. So where is the Kangyur? Here we go. I should have bet you money. Yeah. So it's explained once in a few million pages. Okay. Anyway, so we could go there, but I don't think it would be much help. These are sutras that could have been read in a mind-only way. It's not that there's a sutra where Buddha says, this is my mind-only system. He never called it mind-only. So people interpreted it as mind-only. See, people invented mind-only from certain sutras. So in the long run, it'd be nice to have. I don't think it's what we want to do today. Why don't we jump into this
Yeah, let's look.
commentary and get familiar with it? If it were me, I would do one other housekeeping thing. I would go to the Druptas, his books, and cut out the mind-only sections, like from Chankya. And then I would go to Chang'e and cut out the mind-only sections. And I would throw them into our little mind-only database. You know, so maybe we can do that next time. That'll take some work. You have to look up mind-only in Chankya Rupa Dorje. And then you have to ignore all the times he mentioned mind-only in other contexts and try to find the chapter where he discusses mind-only school. And then you'll have to do the same with Tsongkhapa's Chang'e literature, all the Chang'e literature. There's good explanations of mind-only school in the Chang'e literature. So if you really want to learn mind-only school and not just translate this book, you'd have to go read all those.
You would go as
And then, to be honest, what you should do is go find somebody like Geshe Tutu Rinchen and talk him into teaching you mind only. You know, it's because you need someone in the oral tradition.
I thought of that already.
You need someone who's in the oral tradition. Okay? To be honest, if you're really going to do it well, go get a lama like that to spend a few months teaching it to you. You know, but he's like got 500 students. So the likelihood that I sent Eva there, and he was like, you know, he's like, I'd like to help you, but I'm too busy. You know.
We begged when we went, and he eventually buckled and started teaching us for a bit.
Yeah.
He gave us a few classes, but
Really?
it took a lot of begging. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just overworked. and he's old. So
Does he
anyway,
take tuberculosis or something?
and he has tuberculosis. Yeah.
Wow.
We pulled the you were supposed to come teach us, and then it didn't work out. And he felt bad about it.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you made him feel guilty. So what's going to happen today? I mean, okay, this is what we should do. Do this thing, right? And then bring up the input.
That's what I got going on.
You got it going on already?
Yeah.
So you want to follow that and I'll just read?
You-
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna read from the.
Yeah, now, this is the new text. It was typed in last night,
Mhm.
which was their daytime. Don't feel bad for them. And this is what I would do if I just got a text. First of all, it's only
It's like
15 pages. So
Something's wrong.
it's, to me, it's worth reading the whole thing. And as we get into it, part of your mind, Tremba and Shishin, back here, they'll be evaluating the quality of the commentary. You know, is it a real commentary or is it just sort of a not very deep one? If we get a couple pages into it and we find out it's not very helpful, we'll skip it
Yeah.
and we'll go to Kyutsang. But that would take a year, you know. So
Because Q-Song is like
Long.
80 pages.
how long is Kyutsang?
I think
I'm glad you asked.
it was 80 pages.
Let's go to MO.
89, 88.
He's a big hope, you know. He's a big hope. What's his Kyutsang, right? Jamyang Munlam. Losan Jamyang Munlam. Here. He's a 181 to 254, 70 pages,
Yeah.
73 pages. Major commentary. Interesting. When we get stuck, we'll go there. He's the guy who discussed Judamebe Bakchak. He took a shot. Okay. So anyway, I suggest we stay in the baby text right now. And we'll stay there for a while.
Shallow end of the pool.
Shallow end of the pool. Now, if it's me, to save myself time and trouble, I'll do some basic house cleaning on this text. Okay, first, I'll block it out and put it into Palatino limb type, which is easier for me to read. Okay. Then I'll change it to 12 point, the whole thing. Okay. Then I'll take out the hard returns that I don't want. I'll justify it, full justification here, which does not seem to be working. And
Control.
I did block it out.
Oh, we just can't see that.
Anyway, oh, you can't see my block out. Everything's blocked out. Okay, and then if it doesn't cooperate, I'll have to go in and change all the. I have to go in and change all the hard returns. Okay, this is stuff I usually do at home, and I don't bother you guys with it. But maybe it's good that you learn it. So I'm going to take all the double returns, right? And I'm going to change them to single spaces. And this is scary. Okay, I just took out all the double returns. I took out the lines, basically. The Tibetan lines, carvings lines. And now I'm going to go back and take out all the single hard returns and replace them with a single. Okay. And now I'm going to isolate the poetry.
The double commas.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the comma space commas, and I'm going to change them to comma, hard return, comma. Then the poetry will be cut up for me.
Okay.
It's starting to look nice, right?
Better.
Much better. If it's me, I would now clean up the OOs. We should have done that first, actually. Let's not do it now.
You jump back.
Yeah, you should do that after.
It's not a good idea. Should have been done before. But anyway, let's leave it right now. It looks looking decent. Okay. It's enough to work with now. And then Word's going to tell me when we hit when we hit big letters.
Ooh.
Okay. Now the first part is the chuju, right? So sometimes I will just read it in a sloppy way. Okay, I'm not trying to translate it. I'm just trying to get to the parts I want to know about. So I'm not trying to make a finished translation. I'm just skipping through it, you know. So, Yidan Kushi Tsawe Chendo Shukso. This is a chendo. That's what attracted me to it. Chen means annotated.
Okay.
It means he's separated the root text and put in comments. You know, I don't know. Three principal paths, and then he will say three meaning the principal, and then he'll just insert stuff. So, what do you call it?
Interstitially.
Yeah, Chen means that. It's almost like footnotes, annotations. Then he has a poem, okay, which is the chuja. He's gonna bow down to somebody. And to be honest, lamas in the monastery just flat out skip it. They won't even explain it. I think it's kind of bad form. Rinpoche used to think it was bad form. It's almost like inauspicious to skip the bow down to your lama. You know. So anyway, Dechen Chuka Kalong Yamba. And I'm not giving a technical translation. Okay, in the broad expanse of the sky of the Dharmakaya of great bliss. Okay. The clouds, the puffy clouds of compassion, which treats all beings equally, are piled up thick, like the branches in the forest. Yeah. Mishe Tsawe Dungwanam, those who are tormented by the heat of their ignorance, okay, a gentle rain of cooling rain, peace, falls down to them, falls down on them. Denden losa tsupuchenla, those who have the top knot of a clear mind with faith, lekshe yarnge kungake, I'm going to inspire in you ananda, kunga, great bliss, with the summer drums of my good explanation. Meaning thunder. Okay. Yarnga. Summer drums. I take it to be a poeticism for thunder. Okay. Sasun Lama Jampe Nimbur Kube Dudon Serwekyo. Sasun Lama, the Lama of all three realms, jumped out. I'll read it as you are the essence of Manjushri. Maybe it's Tsongkhapa. It's probably Tsongkhapa. Kupe, with great respect, I bow down. Dudo. Tsewe Kyong, please keep me in your love. That's Rakshita also. Succor me in your love. Okay. Jikten Wanchuk Dornzen Sungdel Ki Sangsam Yuntan Tajik Tada Chikdupa Denden Semni Adashi Yungor. Ngor make misspelled. Make Zimba Sharwa de la Du. Okay. Jikten Wanchuk, you are the Ishvara of the world. Dorje Zimba, you hold the diamond. You keep it. Hold the diamond. You keep the diamond. Anyway, you hold the diamond. Sungdelki Sang Sum, the three secrets of the combination of the two. Okay. Kadak Chiktupa, you combine them all into one. Deden Semni, if I have a mind of faith, which is like an andarsha in the Vajrayogini, a mirror, okay, adarsha, Kimor, in the mirror of my mind of faith, you make your appearance, holder of the golden robes. Okay, Murmik is a duck in Tibet that has a gold color, and it's used as a reference to the saffron robes. Sharawa de la du, I bow down to you who are appearing in my mind. It means Jetsun Kappa. This was a bow down to Manjushri, and now we're saying his emanation, which is Tsongkhapa. Lodu Samo Shung Song Dun. Now he switches verse, which means he's getting closer to starting.
Yeah.
See how the first one, how many meter?
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 syllable meter. Then he skipped down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it means he's warming up. Lodu Samo Shung Sang Dun Chokta Jishin Sipayi Din Ki Ludup Sembache Lamadela Gutune. I believe he's bowing down to his own Lama. Lodu Samo, with your profound wisdom, you saw the meaning of this beautiful text in the extreme, and just as it was meant to be seen. Dunyi Lunder, you've undertaken to work for others and for yourself.
You can guess his name might be larger.
Yeah, you are Sempache, you are that great Bodhisattva. I bow down to my Lama with respect. Giluk Lelu Wangyurpa Dangda Kala Pembichil Yidan Kushi Chingida Lakbe Tuni Shepaja. I like it. There are people out there who have this kind of laziness. There's 3 kinds of laziness. This one's called Gilukpa. It means I can't do it. Low self-esteem laziness. Giluk. Okay, all those are you who are afflicted with low self-esteem laziness, like me, Doctor. Gala, this gala is not kala, it's gala. It means I have hopes to help a few of you.
All right.
That maybe I can help a few of you, okay? Therefore, I will write a annotated commentary, insertions, to Jetsun Kappa's book on negative and foundation consciousnesses. And my goal is to make a presentation that a person could understand lakpa.
Easily?
No, that would be a different spelling. This is lok, pecha lok.
Oh, they could be able to read?
Yeah. So I want, you don't need an oral transmission for this one. It's kind of, it's unusual that someone would offer that, okay? I'm not going to expect you to have a lineage lama sitting next to you. I'm going to try to write a book that a person could read on their own. Okay, which is very unusual that someone would offer to do that, but that's exactly what we need, actually. So, thank you. Okay. Okay, so de la dir. De la dir again is that sort of soft starter offer. Well now. So de la dir means, and in order to do that, what?
In order to make a commentary, you can just read on your
Yeah,
own.
good, nice. De la dir. Yidan kunshi tsawa di chepalasin. So I'm gonna give you an explanation of the root text on the 2 consciousnesses.
Thank you.
Meaning, when he said it's a Mayengang.
Oh, that there are other texts.
Not the commentary.
Yeah, not even the auto commentary.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to explain the auto commentary. I'll just give you the root text, which probably means he's not going to hit Bhakchak. Okay, unfortunately.
Well, we know that because we searched for it.
Yeah, right.
Still, I think it'd be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some questions I have about the root text. The root text is also obscure. Okay. Tsawadi Chepalasum. I'm going to go in 3 parts. Tenjit Tombala Jupe Yenlak. Preliminaries to the explanation, preliminaries to the composition of the text. Traditional things. Bow down to somebody, to promise to do the text, and don't claim to be a genius. Those are the three actually. And Sambangla, the actual composition, and then the wrap up, Tarchimba. Okay, how he wraps it up. Dambala Ni. The preliminaries, the traditional preliminaries have two parts. Chipa Jupa, offering of praise, and the Tsomba Damchawa, the pledge to complete the work. Dambo Ni, here's the first one.
Hanging out with those bees too much good.
I wish you would just finish your sentence already. Dushine Gyawi na Gyawanda says Josula. Soon came out of changes and Chili gonna give us
Owner starts to look like her pet.
chance.
Like when an owner starts to look like their pet.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming there's some root text in here. Are you ready?
There isn't Geshe up until, because here's the picture.
Oh, I have a better. Well, let's go at it from two angles. Okay.
Okay, not to page 4.
I'm gonna open up. Yeah, you know something we haven't done yet that we have to do is we need the root text separately. Okay, so we're gonna go get the root text separately. Kunshi. No,
Ida.
Semtam.
Oh, section.
Okay, Kunshi. Jetsun Kappa. Now, one of these is the root text, and one of these is the commentary. Tell me nobody did the root text separately.
We have it separately. Because you sent me a copy.
This is it. This is the root text. Okay. Oops. Let's open it up with this one. Okay. So it's what's going on? It doesn't want to move. Okay, well, thanks a lot. Here's the root text. Okay.
Sure. Right, so now we have that side by side as well.
Here's a full Sanskrit. You're going to have to translate this anyway sooner or later. You might as well get into it, okay? This is Jetsun Kappa's root text. We so far we haven't separated it as a separate work.
Right.
We just trusted his own quote of his own work and his own commentary. But it might be nice to have the root text for reference. So we're going to go through this same old thing, okay? Change it into Peloton.
That's the root text.
Yeah, this is his root text. What do I do next? Someone tell me while I'm
Add
doing it.
replace.
You're gonna remove the
Hard returns.
Yeah, let's remove. Don't have capitals on, it will freak out.
Space.
Do you want to do the O's before you do this next step?
That might be a good idea, but it doesn't seem to have any.
Yeah.
Much.
So line in there.
Now let's go to singles
Returns.
and replace them with a single.
Space.
Okay, and then since it's poetry, what do we do?
Comma, space, comma,
Yeah,
turn into
space,
a
comma.
hard return.
Mm.
Comma.
Yeah, looking pretty clean.
It's all poetry. Huh?
Yeah, it's all poetry.
Mm.
Okay. Well. Yeah.
With the line
Oh
with the
shoot!
apostrophe.
I just did something illegal.
Yeah, something
Yeah, the
weird
apostrophe
happened
still.
I know. I just changed the database.
Uh-oh.
there. Oh. Control Z, Control Z.
Yeah. But I still saved it. Right?
Yeah, if you saved it, it's gone.
Really? Is the text? But the text file hasn't changed. Just
But maybe, is it in Dropbox?
If
or
you
is it
Control
on
Z
your-
Oh, you're right. It saved it as a Word file, probably.
yeah.
Nope.
I didn't save it at all.
Ken, which database are you
Maybe
working
save
at?
it.
right
My
now?
own,
Okay.
not yours. Don't worry. I'm not in the mother
Yeah,
database.
it did say-
There you go.
It did save it.
Just do Control Z all the way back.
No. Okay. Well. Okay. Anyway, I'll just have to deal with it.
You can't.
I should have saved it here.
Maybe.
Oh, I did. Did I? Yeah, it seems that I did. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, let's go to SCIM translators. Current Word. And then I might do this root text. See what I mean?
Mhm.
And save it there. Okay. Oh, now I'm changing it to. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. It is still offering you undos.
It is. Can you tell that?
On the undo button up.
Where is that?
Here.
Here?
Uh huh. In fact, if you pull the drop down menu, it'll show you how far back you can go, which is all the way back to font formatting.
Oh,
Which is
That
the first
doesn't
thing.
help me.
You still got six
Oh,
yeah,
It's
that'll-
okay.
six steps
Well,
back
I
you
have
can
it
go.
here. If you know, it hasn't been changed here. I could just send it to you.
Yeah, let's leave it. It's okay. Now I'm going to go to replace.
I
And
just found it on my phone.
place that with. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's as good as we're going to get. Now. This is actually spelled pretty well, which is very unusual. Manovitsnyana.
This was in auto commentary. Who did this?
Oh, it is?
As part of the
He covered this Sanskrit?
Yeah, it's the first line.
Okay. And then he gives the Tibetan title.
Yeah.
Okay. Did we go through this chaksa? Did we go through this
I believe
in
we
the
did.
auto commentary?
Yeah, I believe we did.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to go through that whole thing, or you want to skip to the hard part? Do you want to bother? Maybe we don't bother with the easy part. What do you think? Do you want to see his comments on his chins on the easy part? You don't have to.
Not right now.
Yeah, okay, let's go to the
I
nasty
mean,
part.
We have 14 more minutes.
This is the history part, which was we didn't have any questions about. Okay, I had a question with this part, okay?
Okay.
This part of the root text. He promised us the definition
The 9.
of Nyunyi and Kunshi. Then he promised us proofs for them.
Yeah.
Then he promised us division into 9. And then he promised us a refutation of those who say there's only one
Right.
consciousness. Then he said, with these 4 subject categories, I'm going to explain to you Kunshi and Nyunyi. Now, instead of calling it Yi here, he calls it too much. He calls it Nyom Mong Chen Yi. You see what I mean? He could have called it just Nyunyi,
Right.
Kleshik consciousness.
Right.
But he just wanted you to, here he calls it Kunshi and the mind which has the consciousness, the mental consciousness which possesses kleshas.
Is that a verse thing?
Okay.
A meter thing though?
Could be,
Yeah.
but it kind of seems unbalanced. First he went too far that way, and now he's going too far this way.
Right.
Now, I had a question about this one, okay? What are the 4 categories that he promises us? You tell me. He's in this verse, he's promising us 4 categories.
And they're presented here. He says the definitions,
Yeah, definitions,
proofs,
proofs,
divisions
into
9,
9,
1.
and those who believe in 1.
Yeah,
And the last one, we deny the belief of 1.
1. Right.
Now I have a question for you, and we'll see how good his commentary is.
Yeah. Then.
Okay, we're going to test his commentary.
Okay.
Category number 4 is what? Of his whole text.
The 1.
Yeah.
Denying the 1.
No, yeah. Disproving those who believe that there's only one consciousness. Okay?
Mhm.
But before that, he said 9, which is a third of the 4 categories. How many of these words distribute to 9?
None. Right.
Is he going to present the viewpoints of those who say
I
9?
see.
Or stop.
Or is he going to deny the viewpoints of those who say 9? Do we distribute
God.
viewpoint, and do we distribute deny? Which means he doesn't believe the 9. Or does he believe the 9?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
If I was a guy writing little interstitial notes,
You would write that one.
I'd definitely work on this one. So
Because they
let's.
might be denying it because no one ever says 9. They always say 8, right?
It is deny. I happen to have looked it up.
Right.
Okay.
But
He's gonna deny
I looked it up lower in his auto commentary.
Okay. Right.
He
Okay,
said
later on.
gur de bagakpa
Mm.
later on. But I'm testing this guy's commentary.
Okay, let's test.
If he didn't talk about it, he's a slacker. No, just look for 9. Look, he supplied the distribution.
Yeah, look at that.
He supplied it.
For both. So
He's
they both
helping
got both.
us.
Nice.
And I'll bet you gu was in big letters. Go show me on your
Okay,
Scan.
what page are we on?
That's a good question.
Search for apps.
3A.
Okay.
And we're down we're close to 3B.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the page.
So it's prominent.
I'm betting you money the gu is in big letters, and all the namshe tsok before it is in small letters, and derpa gakpa dang tsok is in small letters.
Or
And then
else.
chik is in big letters. But let's go look. Here's the text, actually. Okay, let's get it down to fit in one page size.
That's pretty cool.
3A, right?
Yeah.
3A?
Yeah. Chords near the end, right?
Or was it 3B? Oh, here it is. Chibudupaka. Yeah, here it is, right here. The gu is in big letters. Even the R is carved small. Very nice.
Oh, there it is. Good.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll blow it
Wow,
up for
even
you.
the R, yeah, right. Smooth.
Yeah, even the R he split off.
Wow.
Right here. Perfect.
Nice.
You know, so far I like this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know him. I'm testing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm testing what he's saying.
Cool.
Namshe so gurur dubagabadang. And the root text just says gudang. You see, gudang, chikpo dubagab. So he has distributed he's even distributed the Dani grammar case. See what I mean? He added an R here. Okay, very nice. You know, thank you. It gives me some faith in you.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Okay, so now we go back to. Let's go back to the root text. Any other problems I remember? Okay, the rest is easy. We weren't in trouble at this point. Okay. Now, this is a nice review of your text, actually. Chenyi nile kunshini I'm going to give you. Now I'm going to discuss the first topic, which is of the 4 topics.
The definition.
Yeah, I'm going to give you definitions of 2 separate things.
Idan kunshi.
Good. Nyunyi
Yeah.
and kunshi. What do you call it? Negative consciousness and foundation consciousness. Of those 2, let's talk about foundation consciousness first.
The 10 and the 10.
We believe there are, I say, there are 2 definitions here. Yeah, the basis half of foundation consciousness and the supportee half. That far, we didn't have a problem.
We're fine with that.
Yeah, so he's going to split his definitions to 2. Negative consciousness and foundation consciousness. 2 definitions. And inside of foundation consciousness, you're going to split it again. The holder part and the heldee part. The heldee part, by the way, is called bakchaks. The holder part, by the way, is called namin, which probably means already came out of a bakchak. The part of the kunshi that holds the bakchaks is a part which has already come out of bakchaks.
A part.
Okay, so it's nasty already.
But he gave us a list of stuff
Okay.
in there that already.
Yeah, it's just gonna get worse.
Mikvahs,
Quickly gonna get worse. And by the way, he's got these little backwards, he's got these pungyans, right?
Mm-hmm.
To divide the lines.
verses.
Yeah. They're not really verses.
Oh, they're not?
They're just as many lines as he has to go on to treat one subject. So there's not any rule. It's not 2 or 4 or 6 or,
Okay.
it's just as many as he needs.
The sections.
Yeah. So, de la ten gyur kunshini, dundam senjem bachala, number rikpa mi rikpa, nungdam ma ten rikla so, nga dang den. Here it splits in the middle of the line, if you remember.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
All right.
So I like to, what do you call it, indent it. So it reminds me that it's not a line.
Half a line.
Yeah. So then your kunshini is pretty easy. The part of the kunshi which is
basis.
the basis. Here are its qualities. Okay. Here are some features of the basis half of kunshi. Okay. Number 1. Well, now we got to go to your commentary, okay?
Yeah, let's go.
These are the mikvahs
The objects.
that it focuses on, and there are 3. Number 1 is outside objects. Number 1 is semchen, meaning the perception of those outside objects.
Right, not living beings.
This is where the seed splits into the guy in the room that I don't like and me.
Right.
The guy in the room I don't like, here is where?
Semchen?
Done.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the Semchen?
Yeah, I'm the semchen.
Oh.
Yeah, and so Kappa clarifies that
He does.
within a positive here. He says, but it's an unclear positive, and it's irritating. Okay, what he's saying here is that the kunshi, which is the basis, splits into 3 actually, splits into 3. You see objects like another person in the room. Then there's the semchen.
The person seeing first.
Yeah, but he when he gets there in his commentary, he says Miksoki Wang Bo
The collection is unpowered.
Semchen. It's confusing. Are you talking about the
Is
Miki?
it the semchen or is it?
Well, are you talking about Miki number Shimpa, or are you talking about the Wombo?
Okay, right.
Okay, don't forget there's 3 things. There's colors,
Right.
there's the detector of the colors, which is your eye, and then there's the awareness that you're seeing blue, which is resting on the eye.
Yeah.
But when he says semchen, he only goes as far as this one, which is really confusing. You see, if he had said namshe here, I could have gone on. Why?
Because then you know it doesn't include the eye.
What's lower school say about namshe? That's Nick.
I was going to guess that.
That's the semchen.
Is the
So that would have been easier. He didn't specify here. He said there's three objects of Tendu Gyurpe Kunshi. There's three objects of Kunshi which acts as the basis. He's outside things. Okay, I'm fine with that. The Dun, the Tan Matras. Okay. Thanks. I mean, that's okay. That's clear. The other guy in the room, what I'm seeing. Then there's but he calls the second one Semchen, but it means you.
Becoming empowers.
He calls it living being. Tsongkhapa's giving us trouble. It means the subject person and the object. And then he throws in this weird category of bakchaks. Okay? And then he starts talking about it doesn't perceive anything. Okay? And is here, the third line, frustrating. Number rikpa, mirikpa. Okay? It doesn't know what it saw. It doesn't know what it knows. Okay? The second one's easy. You don't have a memory because you didn't perceive it in the first place. But if this part of Kunchi is not perceiving anything, why did you just list three objects that it perceives? It's frustrating. Okay? You all right with that?
All right with
It's 9:45.
I know I'm trying to stall. Lungdu Maten's the only part that's easy. The kunshi, which is the basis, is karmically neutral. It doesn't make good karma or bad karma, which implies it's a result. Okay? And that fits because we called it namin as opposed to bakchak. But it's got bakchaks in it. Or it's focused on bakchaks. Okay? And they're Judamepe bakchaks. Okay? And then it says Rikla Sogngani Dan Den. This is the part where he promised its associates. He promised to tell us its associates, feelings.
In the five?
Yeah, there
The
were
aspect.
five. No, these are all mental functions.
Oh.
And the sexy part here is that this is misspelled. It was Rek.
Oh, should be types.
No, it was Rekpa. Contact.
For God's sake.
I think. Let's go check his commentary.
Great.
Did he
Yeah.
catch all these
We're
problems?
ready now.
I want to know, did he talk about who the hell is a Semchen? Is it consciousness? Or is it the sense power?
Yeah.
Okay?
He says something.
And what kind of bakchak is here if you're not supposed to be talking about bakchaks yet? Okay? And did he correct this to Rik or not? Or was it Rik? Meaning Torwa.
Page 3B.
Yeah?
Rekja.
Oh,
Right.
there you go.
Rek. Yeah. It says Sutra Rekja.
Oops. Yeah, here he clarifies the two definitions. Thank you. Good job. Starting to like him. Okay. Then he says, Kunchiki Teni, thank you. That's also very helpful. Then he glosses it as the kunchi, which is namin. Very nice. Very nice. That's what we did. Anything we did is very nice. But now, oh great, BRTEN, he qualified as the kunchi, which is the seats.
7.
Great, thank you. Tseni number ni se dodo. Dambala ni. Torten dan geper separo. Dambala. That's okay. The Tengyur kunchi, he wisely glossed it as the one which is a karmic maturation.
Okay, again.
Thank you. And he put in a deni here.
Oh,
Ten
that's
du
the
kirpa,
base.
which is the basis. The du here Great addition. I would have done the same thing. You know, I like that. Then we said, well, what is it? How do you describe this half a kunshi, which is the basis? First, he says, mikpa sukta tiro rekjat. He clarifies dun as outer object tanmatra. He lists them for us. That's brilliant. Okay? Things to see, things to hear, things to smell, things to taste, and things to touch. That's what dun means here, because dun has so many other meanings. Thank you. Yeah, it means meaning. Thank you. Thank you for that. Beautiful. So far, he's got 100.
Man, he does a lot with
Okay.
2 pages.
Yeah. Hopefully, he does it as well later. Okay. Dun nga dang.
Now for the drum roll.
No, this is not. Oh. Yeah, he does. Now he says something weird. Rang ki tumo mayembe dang de sugyurpa.
Represents the
Uh,
opposition between the two.
Those 5 sense powers is okay. Unique inner personal included result. What is it within the person that those 5 outer objects trigger? That's nice comment. It's kind of from Dura, okay? We said you can't smell, colors, and they are. No, I'm sorry. Whose text was that? Was it your text? We were defining the sense powers as having unique correlation between the objects and the sense powers.
Discrete.
Smells cannot trigger a nose consciousness, and
Which
okay, I forget whose text that was.
Wasn't that it?
Was it Adams? I think it was Adams. I think. Okay.
Might have been you.
Then I'm gonna kiss him because he says, "Wangbo Su
Wait,
Chen."
how was that, by the way, a gloss of Simchen? Did he just in?
Yeah, he says the person who is the unique result of those 5 sense objects,
Wow,
like, because
and then he glosses it further,
amazing.
which means the physical sense powers.
Longbo Sukchen.
Okay.
wow.
Su.
He's calling the sense powers a result of the object.
No, he's saying, you want to know what Jetson Kappa means here when he says living being? He's talking about the 5 physical sense powers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. You know?
Yeah.
So, Dun and Wangbo, not Dun and Semchen.
Yeah.
Okay? Why did Tsongkhapa call it person? I wish it had been consciousnesses, because maybe in a lower school, person could be their consciousness.
I wonder if Maitreya used it like that, because remember there was
Yeah, he did. You're right.
Oh,
Maitreya used Semchen this way.
Oh.
Tsongkhapa's showing off. He's misusing a word the way Maitreya did. Okay, got it? So far, extremely helpful.
We're a few minutes over time.
Oh. Now, why the heck does the half of the kunchi, which is the basis, which contains the bakchaks, which is the other half of the kunchi, why do we got bakchaks in there? Okay. Now he clarifies the bakchaks that are part of the basis kunchi. Okay, got it? Not the bakchaks which is the part of the other half of the kunchi. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay. These are bakchaks for dangzin of the 2 flavors, person and parts.
Wow.
These are bakchaks.
Self-natured.
These are seeds for
persons and
ignorance,
things.
Yeah.
not seeds for Bengami showing up in the room I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay? These are not those seeds. These are the seeds for misunderstanding. They live in the den. Okay?
Because they're the foundation.
I don't know. Bakchak. Sumla Mik. Now, Sumla Mik is a beautiful, beautiful clarification. The kunchi, which is the basis, don't forget, it's an instrument of perception.
Right. That's what I
It's not a bag of objects.
thought.
Oh, the
It's an
kunshi.
instrument of
Oh,
perception.
right. It's in one of the consciousnesses.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a state of mind.
Whoa.
So it's not it's focusing on sum. This is a very beautiful addition. Thank you. Okay, it's focusing on the three. What? If you can tell me, we can stop the class.
Dun dun Semchen Bakchak.
Yeah. But you gotta tell me what Semchen is.
Oh, it's the
It's you.
person that arises from the senses being triggered by the dun,
It's the sense
by
power.
the outer stuff.
Yeah, shortly speaking, it's a sense part.
Okay.
And that's okay because your awareness is resting on your eyes. You see what I mean? Your kunshi, your mental awareness is resting on your eyes to look at the outside world. The eyes are the telescope to see the outside objects.
Physical sense powers as a person?
Yeah. No. Well, yeah. In his Tsongkhapa has referred to the physical sense powers as the person. It's very frustrating.
It's not really.
The code word.
Yeah,
for sense
it's a
objects
code word
is
for
person.
Yeah.
sense powers.
Yeah.
Not even the sense consciousnesses. That would have been okay.
Yeah.
But the sense powers.
Which is physical.
I am the optic nerve.
Is it saying that, or is it
yeah.
just saying that that's the word for it?
He's saying Jetson Kappa is using Semchen very loosely here.
Very.
Your optic nerve, your auditory nerve, are the person.
Right. Microphone.
Oh yeah, I'm recording my butt.
Is it a physical thing?
Yeah,
Sense power
there's
is
later Dura texts which say it's a patch of cells at the back of the eyeball. There's later Dura texts that say it's a patch of cells at the back of the eyeball,
Inner form.
which is invisible, not visible. If you cut the eye open, you won't find it, but it's there. It's bembo, it's
Matter.
bembo, but it's selwa.
Clear.
Yeah, you can't. No, that's a different thing. But you can't see it. If you cut the eye open, you won't find it.
We call it like Nangisu.
Yeah. So tell me the three objects of kunshi which is acting as a basis. What's that mind looking at?
The mind is looking. The sense powers?
No, the half of kunshi, which is the
Oh.
basis. What's it looking at?
Objects?
Okay.
Mikpa?
Yeah, three kinds.
Okay.
Yeah, outer objects.
Outer objects?
Outer five sense objects.
Okay.
And
And the dun assumption?
and the five sense powers.
Uh-huh.
Now the point is not that those five sense powers are watching those five objects. It's that the kunshi
Right.
is watching the five objects and the five sense powers.
Right.
The kunshi is watching the five objects and the five sense powers.
Right.
And one more thing.
Right, which is
See,
where the
bak-
comfortability
Those
ends.
particular bhakshakas that are
Yeah.
Yeah.
comedic.
And
Yeah.
and that kunshi is watching
Yeah.
Dangzhen.
the seeds for the two forms of
The
ignorance.
Dangzhen
Yeah.
Baksha.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's totally weird.
Okay? It's weird.
Watching them ripen? Or-
Doesn't say
He,
that.
nobody says. But if it's watching them, does that mean I'm aware of them? You see what I mean?
Totally weird.
That's what it's looking at.
Or because it's migyu, it's what it's focusing on. It doesn't say infected by or something like that. It says this is what it's watching.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's leave it at that. I wish we had time
I'm sorry.
to do.
Could he mean the Bakchaks which are the
It-
Dangzhen?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
But the next part would be also nice to read. Because something hasn't been seen, there's no. Because something hasn't been known, doesn't know.
Okay.
Right,
Wow, that's interesting.
Because something hasn't been known, karma, doesn't know.
Oh, boy.
And the second doesn't know is okay. That's nangla mangepa. What's nangla mangepa? I'll give you $100 if someone can tell me.
It's the
Appearance.
Someone tell me a classic example of nangla mangepa.
When you
Oh, I'm gonna lose $100 bucks.
Recent.
when your mom
Mr.
yells up-
Dictionary.
when your mom yells up-
Damn, you hurt my heart.
when your mom yells up to your dinner and you're
The
watching
coffee
cartoons.
No, not cartoon. Oh wait, I get my $100 back.
about your
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Yeah, you're thinking about your high school girlfriend.
I watched cartoons. I didn't have a girlfriend in high school.
Come on.
I watched Looney Tunes.
Anyway, yeah. Why am I talking about that here? Somebody tell me, and I'll let you go. I'll let the next person come up. Why am we talking about that here?
I got my $2. I'm done.
Maybe I can keep some money.
You don't have $100?
Hey man, I'm spending more than I'm making. It's state of my life. Anyway.
Just
No, tell me why we're talking about it here.
Because
What's a traditional proof of Nangla Mangepa?
your mom is saying to you, I was calling you, and you're saying no. I didn't
You ask your daughter, didn't you hear me calling you to dinner?
You don't remember?
And she says,
No,
I don't remember because she didn't.
she didn't hear.
It Nang, the mom's voice appeared to her, but she didn't capture it. Percepio. You didn't grasp it. You see, yeah, you didn't ngepa. You didn't ascertain it. It appeared to you. She yelled at you, but you didn't grasp it because you were thinking about your high school boyfriend. And the proof of that is that later you can't remember. Because there was no original perception, there's no later perception. You can't remember it, okay? Now, Jatsuka is talking about Rik, and then Marik, then Marik. Mange, then Mange. Okay? But he doesn't say why or what, or, okay? And it's not clear to me, should we distribute the not? Okay? Is it that Kunshi, which is the basis, perceives and then later doesn't have a memory? Is that some kind of funky thing about this kind of Kunshi? Or is it that it didn't perceive in the first place, so it can't remember? And if it cannot perceive, why the hell are you talking about the three things it perceives? Okay? And he's going to help.
This is Judah Mepa.
Today it's Judamepa.
Judamepa was Judamepa. You couldn't call it Judamepa.
And what I suspect is going to happen is we're going to go really slow, and we're going to learn it. And we could overrun the enemy and get stuck behind enemy lines and get killed, which is what happened. Or we can just relax and understand it and be able to explain it, which would be nice.
That sounds nice.
Okay.
Especially if I'm going to give a talk on it.
Yeah. You can always distract them with
Let
Tibetan
me talk
verbs.
about a sangha.
We're talking about girlfriends.
Pens. Okay. Sashi.
Shifuji Joshi Meto Tam Rira Lingshi Ninde Gembadi Sange Shindu Mikte Uwargi Joku Nanda Shingla Chuparsho Yang Guru Radha Mandala Kamya Dayami
Gewa.
Di Kewo Kun Sanam Yeshe Tsotsoshi Sanam Yeshe Lechungwe Tampar Kuni Topar Sho. Cool.
Thank you guys for that.
By the way, it's not unusual. I mean, what's the difference between the 12 ayadanas and the 18 dhatus?
Just adding in the consciousness.
The sense power also becomes the object of the consciousness. You see what I mean?
It's split.
You split the sense power and the consciousness. The consciousness is aware of the blue,
Right.
and the consciousness is aware of seeing blue.
So sense powers in both lists?
No. Well, sense power and consciousness are joined in the
Okay.
ayatanas.
And now you doubts, but the doubts.
In the 18
sense
dhatus,
power
they're
and
split out.
consciousness
But
is
the
split.
point is, this one is seeing these two.
The sense power sees. The
No.
consciousness
No.
sees the sense
Yeah.
power, and
Yeah.
the consciousness is awareness, which has the sense power, which sees the object,
Yeah.
as opposed to being one that sees the
Yeah,
object.
so where is Tendagirpe Kunshi in this
Schema.
where is
don't
the part of kunchi, which is the basis in this thing.
It's another part, isn't it?
Which of these three are its object? Which of these three were listed among its objects?
Oh, the powers.
The den
The powers.
and the power.
Right.